Question you want to be asking yourselves today is how have you been disposing your garbage? How has recycling been at home? And like I said, if you have those batteries and light bulbs at home, how do you plan to dispose them without really damaging the environment? So we have two guests in the studio today.
That's right, the Green Man, Loas Country Manager, Matthias Gelber. Very good morning to you, of course. So welcome back to the show. And of course, the Managing Director of IEN Consultants, Mr. Riemann.
Hi.
Good
So
morning.
we were blatantly advertising to all our viewers who live in condos, who have family living in condominiums,
To watch.
about this new exciting idea that you have, and it's been causing quite a sensation now. It started with ripples. What do we have for them today?
Actually, it started in 2009
Oh, okay.
when we were both living in the same condo.
Okay.
Gregors and myself, we are both greenies. When I started in 2008, this group Ecowarriors Malaysia, we were looking for action on the ground. And when I moved into the condo, Seri Chulan condo, Gregors had a recycling station on his floor. And we did a big tree planting. We had alam flora there, and we kind of discussed, hey, can we not upscale this? Maybe you can talk a little bit about how the recycling station came about in the first place.
Yes, when I moved to Malaysia, I was quite surprised that when I went to the trash room, there was only one bin there.
Welcome.
Must have been a shock to you.
Yeah, so it was very difficult for me just to throw everything in one bin,
Yeah.
especially batteries, which I kept bringing back to Denmark, my home country. So basically, on my first visit to IKEA to fit out my new apartment, I bought a recycling bin and placed it next to the trash room for everyone to share on the floor.
Wow.
So I invited everyone to share it, and they were happy to do so. And that's also why Matthias, he moved into the condo, part of the reason, I think, too. Because
Hey, there's recycling going on. This is a green condo, at least on one floor. I actually, when I first moved to Malaysia, I lived in Times Square, and there was this recycling station in front of Times Square, and I religiously went down there, week after week, putting everything in there. One day I arrived there with all my recyclables, no more recycling station.
Oh, man.
So I had to go to the other side in front of Imbi Plaza. That lasted another 3 or 4 months. Then the recycling station there was gone. I thought, is this a gimmick or is this serious? So do it yourself. That's
so
a conclusion. I mean, that's just experience. So
Yeah, so then you had that recycling
exactly.
station at your floor.
So I put a slip under the door and said, please feel free to use it. I'll take care of disposing of the trash. So I would also walk down on the street near Bukit Bintang and put it in these bins that were there. But they disappeared at some point. So for 3 years,
Wow.
I was actually putting all this trash in my car, other people's trash, and driving it to Mid-Valley Alam Flora recycling station.
And you know what? The cleaners must have thought, hey, this nasty Matsala guy is taking away our recyclables, because what happened
wants to
is...
sell it.
Yeah, he wants to make money from it. What happened was, when we actually got the guys from Alam Flora in to discuss about rolling it out the whole of our condo, we kind of figured out, hey, they can't really help us because they're not so flexible, but the cleaners are recycling already.
Yeah.
They collect a small amount of recyclables every month. In our condo, it was about 100 kilo of mainly paper and a little bit of cans, because there's makan money in it. So then we discussed about how to make this happen, and we concluded the cleaners are the key to the success, right?
Yes, exactly. So we basically met up with the management and the cleaners, and that's when we realized that they were actually sort of informally recycling. So when they take down the trash, they will actually sieve through the trash bags and take out the recyclables.
Of course, it would have been a lot easier if all of them recycle, so the filtering doesn't have to be
Exactly.
done.
Yeah.
But it also meant they were very interested in this idea of setting up a recycling station.
So let's take a look at the screen right now. Can you tell us more on this? Matthias?
Segmented trash area.
It looks very, very systematic.
Yeah.
Is it always in that order?
Yeah.
I mean, you have walking
It's a
bins,
question.
so you have walking bins. So I won't be surprised if things are actually jumbled up, and because people sometimes are not sure, which goes where.
Right.
So how is it like on a daily basis?
I would say the image you saw before is actually a laminated piece of paper that's sitting on the door. So before you open the trash room, you already know where
What
the
to
different
do.
things go.
Yeah.
So for example, if this
This is perishables. Of course.
this one was the original one, And then we put up the shelf where you put cardboard and paper.
This is the actual real picture from this weekend when
Yes.
we went. You know, this is the normal situation. This is just the old recycling station for
Okay,
historical reasons. But every floor has got now this shelf. It's got an extra container for bottles and glass. The cleaner then picks it up separately because they have an interest in it.
A lot
they
of
can make
cleaners are
makan money.
thankful for you guys, I
Yeah,
bet.
yeah. I mean, it's a social benefit and an environmental benefit. The cleaners don't earn a lot. We're helping them to make a little bit of extra money. And that was one thing that when we first installed it, people were thinking, are you guys trying to take money away from the cleaners? But we said, no, we actually, and we did this as a volunteer effort. We have no commercial interest in this whatsoever. We made all the documentation available to anyone to copy it. Right to copy. Not copyright it. The whole idea here is roll it out, make it happen all over Malaysia. So we are
that's
looking for
amazing.
100 volunteers.
And of course, the next question is, how much does it cost to set up a station or a corner like what you have just now on the screen?
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly cheap. It costs less than 8 ringgit per apartment.
Less than 8 ringgit.
Yeah. So when I saw the management, they said, we'll just do it straight away. I mean, we don't even have to ask the residence committee or anything.
What?
And we installed it in just 2 weeks, so it's actually very easy if you have people committed. Yeah.
What about the issue of the cleaners themselves saying, I don't know where to sell this thing to, I do not know where to dispose it. I do not have a car to send it to recycling stations or...
Oh, trust me, they will find it.
Yeah, you're right. This is a business for them.
Where there's
This is
moolah
an
involved.
economic, and that is the driver of the system. That's why they make sure everything is well maintained, everything is clean, everything is separated, because we are doing the job for them. Before, they had to do the unhygienic job of sifting through the
Rummaging
curry
through.
sauce. That is the main reason why you cannot recover that much, because everything is contaminated with
With
food
diapers.
waste. Yeah, and other stuff. So here now we have done the work of separating, so the cleaners are actually very excited, and it can be a social project where we help the planet, the environment.
Yeah.
We reduce the amount of waste that goes to landfill, and we're helping the cleaners to have a little bit more money.
So how many condos have been copying your work so far?
So far, it's 5.
5.
Yeah.
Actually, I was the other day at a seminar, and one guy there told me from CSR Asia, he said, Matthias, you mightn't know about this, but when you and Gregors presented this recycling system on Facebook 3 years ago, I was one of the people that implemented it quietly. So there might be a couple of more.
Exactly.
He actually did it, and I wasn't aware of it. And one other interesting occurrence was half a year ago, I went to a birthday party in Bar 21 in Bangsar, and this one British guy who still lives in a condo, hey, green man, I haven't seen you for a long time, but the condo recycling system is still alive in our condo. He said, I never recycled in the UK, now I recycle, I promote it to everyone, because it's so simple, it's so easy, and that is the key. You know, we haven't gone into separating organic waste because that gets more complicated, smell and stuff like that. One shelf for the paper, one for the cans, the bottles, and then we keep separate batteries and CDs because that is heavy metals. You know, a couple of months ago, one of the water supplies was closed down in KL because of toxic leachate from waste disposal sites. You know, this stuff, you know, batteries, all the heavy metals might end up in the water and then going into drinking water reservoirs. So if we can keep that away from the normal household waste, that helps.
Yes.
So walk through us for the whole segregation thing again. What goes where? How many segments do you have? Paper, plastic, cans, CDs, and
metal,
batteries.
heavy metal.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And what about future plans? What kind of preparation or what kind of contributions can the residents make to make this bigger?
Actually, we really need committed volunteers that say,
Do?
I want to be the champion to make this happen in my condo, in my apartment. That is how we can scale it up. Once it's implemented, then automatically each resident can just, make it happen. Even some people, they might have a maid. It's very simple once it's in place. And we didn't have to do any maintenance for the last 3 years. It was running by itself. Once implemented, the system is up and running. So we need those volunteers out there, 100 volunteers that make it happen in their Are you guys living in a condo?
No.
you know?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I was just going to sign you up as a volunteer. and this is a volunteer effort. We don't have the time to go to each individual condo.
Correct.
We've put stuff on Facebook already. We have created a new Facebook group. It's like, you know, facebook.com groups/condo recycling system.
Okay.
That's how you can find it. And there we want people to sign up. Then we feed the information. We'll have one meeting where we're actually gonna all come together. Yeah, this is the condo recycling
Yep,
system there.
Facebook.com. Come on, you guys. Everyone has a Facebook account. I haven't met anyone who doesn't have a Facebook account yet.
100 condos recycling
Slash
champions.
groups/condo recycling system. All it takes is just one person from a building,
To
right?
champion.
Yeah,
All it takes is just one person.
Exactly. There will be some bottlenecks. Like I moved into a different condo and people
Yeah.
there always recycle already. I said, so how much? How come nobody knows about it? And when I mentioned the money goes to the cleaner, I said, oh, no, we want to collect the money.
Oh,
so, you know,
man.
but you have to work through those things. And I will first work bottom up
Yeah.
because you need to have both. You need to empower the cleaners, the management
Yeah.
committee, and if it doesn't work, top down. So we will, the key for the volunteers will be to convince the condo management and get enough stakeholders to get the support. Usually the cleaners are fully on board.
I would say after 1 year of operating this recycling station, we did, or it's on each floor, but we did a survey among the residents.
Okay.
One third answered, and we found that almost 100% were very willing to recycle. Almost 100% found that it was very easy as well. And about 80% thought that this recycling system increased the attractiveness of the condominium. So it's actually a win-win situation because the residents are very happy with it, and for only 8 ringgit you can actually increase your property value
8 ringgit,
per
one
apartment. Yeah.
One off.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
monthly thing.
Yeah, that's right.
And the cleaners earn extra money, and a lot of people want to do something green.
Yeah.
So they just once you implement it, they use it as it's supposed to. It's not
Yeah.
rocket science. So it's just getting it installed.
It becomes part of the normal routine. And this
Yeah.
British guy from the party, he told me he even encouraged all of his friends to do the same. And that's what we want to see. We want to see a mass movement. The main reason why I felt we need to upscale it, because I hear again and again from people, oh, we don't have infrastructure, we cannot recycle, we don't know where to put it. I get those messages on Facebook regularly, or people post it in the Ecowarriors group, and it's time for us to scale it up, to make it happen. We have proven the recycling rate from the condo, we have the statistics, went up from about 100 kilo of recycled waste to more than 300 kilos. Because the data is all there, because the cleaners sell it to the recycling guys, and the recycling guys are there willing to pick it up. It's an industry,
Yep.
so there is no more excuse. It can be done. We've proven it. We make everything available to everyone. Time has come that we step the game up and that we take initiative. We don't need to wait for the government. We don't need to wait for infrastructure. You and me can make it happen out there just for our personal initiative. And that is what we want to see. We want to inspire and encourage our viewers out there and other people to step up to make it happen in their condo.
So you don't really need any permission from the local authority or anything like that. Everything is just self-sustainable.
Yeah.
Ah, coolness.
Easy lah.
Easy lah.
So you just take,
Can do.
it takes one person to actually start up the whole idea. Wow,
So
okay.
this actually happened like what? 3 years back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did it in 2009. It was actually a big tree planting in Raja Musa Peat Swamp Forest, where Gregors and myself were discussing with the Alam Flora guy, and I kind of came up with this idea, hey, why don't we meet up in our condo to look at whether we can upscale the system?
Yeah.
Because before it was his floor, the 12th floor, one small recycling station.
Yeah.
And I thought, can we do it for the whole condo? And then we met up and discussed, and that's how it came about. Gregors put all the nuts and bolts in place, documented everything. I made a bit of noise, you know, and that way it worked, you know. And we just felt, you know, the other day when we chatted, and, you know, it's time to scale it up because it's worked. All the information is available there.
Yeah.
The system is there, a proven system. We're not coming up with a new idea. We are presenting a proven system at zero cost for the benefit of the planet, for the benefit of makan money for the cleaners. That's it, simple. Everybody wins, nobody loses.
So this can also be applied in apartments, flats.
As long as
anything
you're
at all,
living,
right?
you know, in multi-trade
Yeah.
building.
Yeah.
What about offices?
Yeah.
also
fields?
possible, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there would especially be paper waste.
There will be a lot of
Definitely
paper waste,
lots of
that's
it,
and
yeah.
tin cans as well.
Yes.
Okay, walk towards the Facebook address
Facebook
again.
address.
So, you know, our viewers today can log on and be a part and make some changes. Facebook.com/group/
/Condo recycling system.
recycling system. So that's the website you're going to be checking out today. Yep, we have it on the screen right here. So that's your chance to register and
So-
make your condos a way cooler place to
Any
be staying at.
recognition trophy or anything for the champions?
Incentives. Who knows? Maybe. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you.
I'm very, very inclined to see. I'll probably drop by one of these. What are the condos that have been using this system again? Street
Well, you
Chulan.
can come to mine. It's Seri Chulan Condo at Changkat, where you have
Okay, of
Party
course.
Street.
the party street.
Of
Yeah.
course. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you know, the trophy will be in your heart. You know, I think we need to move away as well to always look for giving people
Remuneration.
gadgets, remunerations, or to only people to come to events like tree planting if they get a big bag with goodies. This is about us stepping up and doing it for the sake of the future of the planet, for our future generations, and for the good gut feeling that we're making a contribution.
Intrinsic
And, yeah,
happiness.
I like
Yep.
that. Trophies in your heart.
Alrighty.
Green trophies in your green
all
heart.
of our guests have very motivational things to say before they leave. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Alrighty.
Thank you,
And
Gregors,
coming-
Riemann, as well as Matthias.
Yep,
Gelber.
coming right up, we've got the music, films, and the circus, and the food. Yum yum. So stay with us, we're going to be back on Head 1.